Bienvenue à tous. Welcome to our international press review today with Chris Moore. Chris, where would you like to kick off?
Well, Mark, world food crisis talks in Rome dominating the papers around the globe this morning. Not least the attendance of Robert Mugabe and the controversy surrounding that. Let's start off in the UK paper, The Guardian. They report on comments from UK Foreign Office Minister Mark Malloch-Brown. He says inviting Mugabe is like inviting Pol Pot to a human rights conference. And The Guardian goes on to blame Mugabe himself squarely for the food crisis in Zimbabwe itself, saying that's one of the few countries whose food crisis is not caused by climate change or global prices, but due to Mugabe's disastrous policies. The Telegraph, the UK paper, they also lay into Mugabe, saying that while his people starve, he's lauding it at a €1,000 a night hotel, complete with a jacuzzi. Though they do so, his wife Grace has been unable to go on her habitual shopping trip so far because of an Italian public holiday.
Oh, obviously skepticism there about Mugabe's appearance, but also another controversial figure there too, President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad of Iran.
That's right, yeah. If the bête noire for the Anglophone press is Mugabe, the European press have very much been focusing on Ahmadinejad and his comments about wiping Israel from the map. So let's take a look in the Italian papers. Il Corriere della Sera, a bit of a different take there. They've got some comments from Italian MP Mario Pannella. He really describes Ahmadinejad and Mugabe as easy targets and lashes out at what he says is the hypocrisy of European Union countries who he says are prepared. They won't shake hands with Mugabe or Ahmadinejad, but they're perfectly prepared to cozy up to the Chinese regime because, as he puts it, that's where the money is. Il Giornale, another Italian paper, they'd say that Ban Ki-moon and Silvio Berlusconi are happy to shut Mugabe and Ahmadinejad out of the official dinners, but in the end these two guys don't care and they're masters of winding up the West. Finally, The Independent, the British paper, says, well, you can talk about Mugabe and Ahmadinejad all you want, but we're here to talk about rising food costs, and that should be the matter in hand. They say that even before this conference, some 8 million people around the world faced malnourishment, and they call on the EU and US to act on biofuels and the World Bank to stop liberalising economies in developing countries.
OK, let's talk a little bit now about what's on the menu at the European Football Championships, kicking off this weekend.
That's right, kicking off this weekend, and terrible
all
news.
Over the press, yeah.
Terrible news for both France and Italy. L'Equipe, the French sports paper there. Domenech, Raymond Domenech, worried about Patrick Viera. Patrick Viera, the French legend, looks like he's going to be out of the first game injured. Even worse news for Italy. Their captain, Fabio Cannavaro, is out of the entire tournament with injury. And this all, of course, a little bit of a taster for the grudge match on June the 17th in Zurich between France and Italy. That rematch of the 2006 World Cup final, which, of course, ended in Zinedine Zidane's famous headbutt on Materazzi. So the press are already looking forward to that.
I mean, the loss of Cannavaro, who would be ordinarily playing alongside Materazzi, big for the Italians, former Ballon d'Or, European Football of the Year, that kind of thing.
It's a huge loss, yeah.
Massive loss. And obviously Viera, I mean, the loss of him in the final is blamed, but some people say that was actually sort of more significant than losing Zidane from the sending off, don't they? I mean, obviously
that's right.
Very influential player.
Two very key players, so it's bad news for those two teams.
I've just eaten up all of your time, Chris. Sorry about that. Go and move on to your next story.
Finally, yeah, I have to apologise for this story, really, but the headline was just so striking that I thought I'd mention it in the Sydney Morning Herald. Satanic goat killer wins appeal. This is the tale of Peter Romano of Brisbane, who, after a drink-fuelled night with friends, rather than going home, decided to steal somebody's pet goat and sacrifice it over the altar of the local church. Pretty chilling stuff. He's apparently won his appeal to have his sentence reduced after apologising to the owners of the goat.
Absolutely sick. Chris, thank you very much for that. Our international press view, watching France 24. Stay with us.